poppin'? People call Side Green back with you got another video. Your first time finding our channel, you love English Explain movie reviews, stuff like that. You guys make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also like the video. You guys see from my scroll today, we'll be spoiling a spoiler review for the new
Gonna taste my venom. I got that venom, not knowing when I'm never.
You know what I'm saying? The new Venom movie that just came out. And we'll give you guys our thoughts. We're also at the same time giving you the ending, the post-credit scene. We'll be talking about that, giving you guys our thoughts, how our audience reacted to the post-credit scene. Because I think it's one of the best post-credit scenes we've seen. But that's just my opinion. Also, today I have my co-host Emory. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get right into it, y'all. Now, I'm going to say this. I was probably one of the only people on planet Earth to actually enjoy the first movie that it came out. There was a bunch of negative reviews, but I think I liked it personally because how fun it was. It was like a different side of Venom that we've seen. Because usually Venom, you say he's an anti-hero, but from what I've seen him in, he's just a straight goddamn villain.
Oh yeah, well, in comics he's pretty much a villain. Yeah. But in this cinematic universe, he's an anti-hero for now. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how they're going. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we don't know how that's going to work now. But yeah, I was the one that I especially had liked Eddie Brock and Venom's connection one.
Their dynamic, their bromance.
It was like a dynamic duo. I would say.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part of the movie. Because we know that riot thing that they had going on with the Venom and
wasn't it?
Yeah, when they had Elon Musk, that didn't work. But did the second movie do a lot better? Because we now we have a Venom. Now we have a villain we all know, and that is the one, the only.
Carnage.
I wanted to pull it up better than that, Carnage. But it is what it is, y'all. We had the one and only goddamn Carnage, y'all. Woody Harrelson playing Carnage. Now, I will say, when I first heard that he was playing Carnage, or first saw him in the last movie, I was like, I don't know. That's too much a recognizable face for me to be playing Carnage. But I ain't gonna lie, in this movie, he kind of grew on me. I ain't gonna lie, he grew on me. Now, with saying that, at the same time, they could have done a lot better with Carnage, I will say. Yeah. I'm like, that was a disappointing factor for me in the movie overall. I'm like, you have this character, right? And this is a full spoiler review. Carnage ends up dying. And I feel like the way they did it was so dumb. How they killed off Carnage, how they killed off Woody Harrelson. I was just like, nah. Because, okay, towards the end of the film, it's pretty much like Woody Harrelson has this girlfriend that came up out of nowhere, she was in no trailers, nothing like that. He kind of just threw that in there. Hey, he has a love interest, right?
No, she's in the trailer.
Oh, I didn't see her.
It's just there's a shot of her just screaming or whatever.
Oh, so we didn't know too much about her. We
they don't explore her very much, but yeah.
Okay, so you see her and she is his love interest in the film. And I kind of like what they were doing with that, but towards the end of the film, where it's like Carnage is like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill her for like no reason,
Because Carnage is sick of her.
I know, but I know at first he was like,
because of her power.
Yeah, he was like, look, if she do that crap again, bro, I'm killing her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then she did it again, and he was like, all right, look, calm that crap down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, okay, Carnage about to let this chick off the hook, and then out of nowhere towards the end, and he's like, all right, I'm done with her. And then what that does is that creates the point where Venom can get the upper hand. Yeah. I just did not like how that all played out. Honestly, I just thought that was a cheesy way. And then she dies at the end, too. I think that was very cheesy.
For the movie's logic, I think it played out pretty well.
I don't know.
For the logic of Carnage and Cletus not being compatible. Yeah,
I just thought that was so forced. At least
it was a bit forced.
It was just like, man, look, bro.
Had to find a way to kill Carnage.
It was like, bro, we got to get rid of Carnage. Okay, well, we know that Carnage is he stronger than Venom? Pretty much. I think he's stronger. It was like, well, he's stronger than Venom, so we have this other character here that can really piss Carnage off. So
yeah, well, Venom was like, that's a red one.
Yeah.
So it's implied that generally they're more chaotic or stronger in general.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. When you see Carnage, I think they did a great job on that. Okay, let's just depack this. The action in this one is a lot better than the first one. I will say by far. Ain't it, boy? This action way better.
Really, really good action. I had a blast with that. Yeah.
Yes, especially when you get used to when you see Carnage and Venom fight at the end. You're like, okay, yes, this is a lot better than that Riot Venom fight we got the last movie.
Yeah, you couldn't tell what was going on in that last one.
Just to like really show y'all guys kind of like what I'm talking about here, I have a little bit of a clip. It's not too much. It's kind of when Carnage was fighting a little bit. And I just want to showcase to you guys. Not too much of it, but here's a little bit of it. Well, that's did the best job with that one. But you guys, it looks a lot better, I would say. Overall, it looks a lot better. Now, I will say this. I did not want them to kill off Carnage. I did not want them to do that. You know, my thing is, you kill off Carnage, where do you go from here? You know, you already depacked all your goddamn Venom villains. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I think there's more of them. They're just more obscure characters besides.
But no one's gonna top Carnage.
Yeah.
You know, now the thing is, now they're gonna have to focus on the stories a lot more. And I will say the story in this one is sloppy. That's why I was very concerned when you kill off Carnage, because I'm like, now we have to focus on story first, right? And let's just be honest, Sony, y'all ain't too good with y'all stories so far. When it comes to these stories in these Venom movies, y'all are 0 for 2. The stories are not that
The stories are really bad.
They're not good at all.
Yeah. Man, I'm just disappointed they killed Carnage, because it's like also that factor of like, you know, I wanted to see Tom Holland Spider-Man go against Carnage too.
That would be
cool, like stuff like that.
That only not work though.
I know, it just bugs me. I was like, you can build up. I don't know. You could have restrained him somehow, and somehow he has the power or something. Like, you could have wrote something to keep him alive. Like, I don't know. It just bugged me.
Yeah, I just... And I will say that, I think I said it before, but I just think Carnage was so underused, you know? I'm just like, man, come on, bro. This is one of Spider-Man's, like, biggest villains overall, you know? If he's up there with Venom.
In the very least, if not popularity-wise, like, one of his most chaotic, one of his most crazy potential villains, you know? I feel like Carnage has crazy potential.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much, like, chaotic in it. It's like the Joker.
Yeah, he's pretty much the Joker.
Joker incarnate. That's another criticism I guess I have of this movie, is that while you do get the vibe of Cletus being a serial killer, crazy, psychotic, you know, loves doing it, and Carnage is sort of that embodiment that helps him fulfill that purpose. Wasn't feeling that love story. Kind of felt like...
Oh, you're talking about with him and the girlfriend.
I'm sure, because in the comics, they do have a relationship. I don't know too much about it.
It just really felt so thrown in there.
It just felt like, to me, it felt like what the primary purpose of the character should be focused on chaotic energy, like Joker energy. Like, I don't care. I just love killing. Like, that's simple, plain there. And it just felt like at a certain point... it's kind of alluded to that it's like, here's some sympathy points, like, oh, did you know that Cletus was abused as a child? And it's like, in the comics, like, I'm pretty sure he just killed just to kill.
My thing is, y'all have Carnage, right? Cletus Cassidy, right? A serial freaking killer, right?
Yeah.
And we barely see him do anything like that in the film. Except from that one guy he killed at the gas station. Which, did he even kill that guy? We don't even know. I think he just knocked him
He stomped
out
on his head at the very least. But
I'm just like, the only thing y'all showed us was through animation of him doing some stuff to his mother and his grandmother, I believe, in the film. I'm not too sure. But they just showed us through that little animation. And I was like, come on. This is a character I want to explore more, you know? He's such an interesting character. And it kind of like, it's funny because it's kind of like, they want you to go into the film already knowing who the hell this is. Already knowing everything about him, you know? I just did not like that about the film. What if there's newcomers that don't know anything about Carnage, you know?
I feel like if they struck a R rating,
it would have been a lot better.
It would have been, oh man. I feel like this movie felt like tied down.
This movie needed an R rating, I would say. There's no way you have Venom and Carnage on the screen at the same exact time and you're making this PG-13 because a lot of the kills they go away from, they just he died. You know, there's a chick that gets,
I know
chick that gets strange.
I know why it's PG-13 for money and for connectivity with Spider-Man to make the tone fit.
We'll get to the real reason why it's PG-13 in a little bit.
I feel like the quality of the film would have been enhanced so much if they had no restrictions with that rated R.
Now, let's get to the points that we liked, man.
There's a lot that I love. I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but I love this movie.
Yeah, there's the dynamic duo between Eddie Brock and Venom. I think we alluded to earlier. We talked about it earlier. Man, I remember in the first one, it was kind of like.
It was good in the first one. It was good in the first one. Yeah, but I feel like they just nailed it like even more in the second one.
I'm telling you, the whole entire film, you were just sitting there laughing, dude. Like, Venom is super funny, but some of the jokes I couldn't really hear that well. So, but you were just cracking up next to me.
Dude, I was cracking up. Like, he'll tell you, I was laughing so much. I didn't even know I would laugh that much when I came into the theater. Like, I was thinking, it's going to be like what I think it is, like a bad movie with some like funny things that I like from the first one.
Yeah.
But man, when Venom and Eddie are arguing with each other, especially when they break up in the apartment, I was laughing hysterically. I couldn't stop laughing.
You're talking about this scene right here.
Yeah, I feel like if I had no limit of laughter, and like that scene was in my head repeatedly, I'd just be laughing still. It was hilarious.
This scene works so well.
And I think that's just a preference for me. Somehow that comedy works more than something like MCU humor, where it's like, you could be funny and cool and all that, but like something about this felt natural to me in a weird way. Like Venom and Eddie's relationship felt.
It was like, there's a scene early on where he's in a bathroom stall talking to Venom.
And there's
this chick that's just sitting there like, yo, who the hell is this dude talking to?
And it wasn't even that was funny to me. Like the chicks just talk, like it was just their conversation alone was just really, really funny.
Yeah, I thought these two's chemistry in the movie.
I'm telling you, Deadpool wishes it could be this funny. To me, like it just works so much.
Oh my god, it works so well. Another thing I will say, this movie is about an hour and a half, y'all. It's not 2 hours. It's not 2.5 hours. Now, I would say that the pace of this movie, does this movie had no time to breathe. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Next thing. This movie is going along like.
Yeah.
We get introduced to like Carnage like really early on, and he damn near gets the symbiote like super early.
Which I'm happy about, honestly, because for the pace of the film. While I have some criticisms in here that we'll get to later,
I think the movie should have been longer.
I think 20 or 30 minutes more could have. I think any more than 20, 30 minutes would have been overboard for this kind of story.
It was kind of like there's a certain point. Look, I don't know what it is with these number 2 movies, but they're always like in the second movie. It's always like a fight between like I don't know. It's always it's a self fight. I'm trying to see the word. I'm trying to get. But it's always like it's kind of
like Iron Man versus Ironmonger. Or...
it's always a self fight. Like remember in the original Spider-Man movie, we had Tobey Maguire and his powers. He was losing his powers, so that was half the movie right there. That's another plot we had right there. Right. This one is kind of the same thing a little bit, but it's Tom Hardy losing Venom at a certain point in the movie.
See.
You know?
But I
think the way they did that is they kind of rushed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a little bit of a fight. Venom goes off, he does his own thing, and then they're right back together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like the thing you brought up is a good point that I see in a lot of MCU movies, just superhero movies in general, where it's like this character versus a villain with almost exactly the same kind of powers or whatever. And while it worked in this movie because it's Carnage, and I think it felt natural, and to an extent, I can see why they did it with the first one because it's like what other villains or whatever. I think more films need to experiment with different powered, like because it feels so natural and like Homecoming, for instance, it was like Spider-Man versus Vulture. That works because they have 2 different powers, 2 different motivations. It's Iron Man versus Ironmonger. It's like it's just weird. Like it feels.
No, I was talking about the
I'm just saying as an overall superhero criticism. Gotcha. Yeah. Like it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I did Man, I'll say this. I don't care what anybody says. I like this more than the first one.
Oh yeah, no.
And I love the first one.
I had so much fun with this.
Yeah,
it was so
you're
much
talking
fun.
to somebody that actually thoroughly enjoyed the first movie. So, what's your else? Biggest thing, man. I just really felt that this movie needed that R rating. I really felt.
I did.
There's
too.
a lot of points, especially Carnage. Carnage is about to kill somebody, but they cut away from it. So we're just we're imagining what's happening. Oh, he killed her. Oh, he killed him. But we're not actually seeing it. So I think the movie definitely needed that R rating to help it out. But overall, the movie was very fun. I think a lot funnier than the first one.
A lot funnier.
Yeah, a lot funnier than the first one.
And the first one was pretty funny.
I'm not
liked
gonna lie, the tone is really consistent though. I'll give that the film
it's consistent.
It's like it's always funny. It's always funny. Like the tone is. Just
I'm glad they went with that because if they tried to be too serious at moments, it would have felt off balance.
This is
I think.
My last bit of criticism. There's a point where, like I said, Venom and Eddie Brock had a little bit of a fight, right? And then at the same time, Carnage just got done killing a whole bunch of people, right? And in the next scene, we see Venom just partying. I'm like, that scene kind of bothered me. I'm like, y'all,
I don't know why, but I liked it. It was just so it was so dumb.
I was like, I don't know, man.
It just kind of fit with the rest of the movie for me. I can see why it wouldn't.
As the viewer, I'm sitting here like, yo, we just seen so many cops get there. You know what I'm saying? Is get freaking killed.
Yeah.
And next thing you see Venom, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. It just kind of fit with me. I can see why it doesn't strike it with everyone, but I loved it.
I will say though, man, the acting in this film, aside from that first couple minutes, boy, that acting in the first couple minutes is kind of bad. I don't know what anybody was doing. But the dialogue, I just personally, I told you this. I hate when they say the title of the film in the movie. Carnage at one point, Carnage comes out and he said, "Let there be carnage." I was like, "Oh, that's so corny."
I loved it. It's just like all these things that are like bad, but it somehow just makes the movie so much better. I don't know why it makes it so much better. Man, I even the stuff that I criticize, I was like genuine criticism, it's like more nitpicks for me, and even the stuff that I know is bad, it just somehow it just somehow makes it funnier. It just somehow makes it more lovable. I don't know.
There's parts in the film that don't make sense. Why does Eddie Brock go back and talk to Cletus Cassidy again for that second time? The time I'm gonna give our ratings, but there's just a couple of things that make zero sense to me, y'all. So I'm gonna just get through this really quick. There's a point where Cletus, what is his name? Eddie Brock and Cletus Cassidy have another talk. It's the second talk they have, right? Why does this talk happen? We don't know. Eddie just like, look, I want to go talk to him again. Even Venom was like, bro, this sounds like a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? But he's just, for no reason, Eddie's like, let me go talk to this guy again. And then that's when he gets, plot, I get it. Back off.
And then Venom starts fighting him. And then Venom starts fighting him. And it's so funny because it's like they start arguing with each other the next scene in the apartment. And then it's like.
I will say really quick, the fighting you get at the end of the film is so good.
Oh no, it's so much fun.
It's so good.
It's like watching a wrestling match.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, dude. If anything, man, I felt like it should have been a little bit longer for that like fight sequence. While there was a good amount of it, and I enjoyed every moment. I just extended a little bit more. Oh man, I wanted a little bit more. It was so much fun.
So with saying that, I'm gonna give you guys my rating. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. The action was way better than you see in the first one. I think overall it's a better film. Doesn't mean the story isn't lacking. There's really no story here. It's just we going Carnage and Venom fighting. Pretty much that's it. With a couple of side characters, But I would say I'll give the movie. I'm gonna give this a pass, bro. 8 out of 10. I gotta give it 8 out of 10. I think that's worthy. And we're gonna get into the post-credit scene in just a second. But go ahead. What's your rating?
Okay, so besides Karen, this was my favorite movie experience of the year.
Okay.
Man, I didn't know how much I would love this. I expected good trash, and I got amazing trash. I just love this movie. So objectively, I would say this feels like a 4 out of 10 movie.
Okay.
But in terms of just my feelings on the movie, like how I personally feel about the movie, subjectively, this is 10 out of 10.
Whoa!
This is pure magic. This is what a bad movie should be. If you're gonna make a bad movie,
make it like this.
Make it like this.
Make it like this.
I love this movie. I'm going to watch this movie so much. I know Shang-Chi is technically objectively better, but I love this movie so much more than Shang-Chi.
Audience members say I'm not reviewing anything like that. I enjoyed this one a lot more than I did Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
I would say.
as a experience. Bless you, Sony. Bless you.
So yeah, I gave it 8 out of 10. He gave it a 10 out of 10.
No, I gave it a 4 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10.
So let's go ahead and this is complete spoiler. But let's talk about the post credit scene just really quick.
Post credit scene.
Venom meets Tom Hardy, aka Spider-Man. Now, I was already spoiled before the movie came out, but just to see it on the film on a big screen, I was like, oh yeah, I am down for this. Now, every theater you're gonna go to, if they do not know about this post-credit scene, will be out their freaking seats when they see this. I will tell you, the theater we were in, when people going like, yeah, everybody was clapping, dude. Oh my! And I will say, I am excited to see what these two do together. Now, I will give you this: how are they gonna do it now? Because it's like you've already established Venom as like a funny comedic character for 2 films.
Like an anti-hero, too.
Now he has to be kind of a villain in this one. I don't know how it's going to work.
Like an anti-hero character. Okay, so here's my general theory of like how they're going to become villain-hero rivals. I think after everything's settled down with No Way Home, after Tom Holland kind of gets some things together, things calm down, once everyone doesn't know his identity, because I believe they will correct that, and no one will know his identity, no heroes, no nothing, and Venom won't know his identity, Eddie Brock won't know his identity. I think there will be a natural point in a movie, in a future movie, whether it's a Spider-Man movie or Venom 3 or Venom 4 or whatever it is, I think Venom and Eddie will have some sort of falling out because they have a chaotic relationship. And we will get that Spider-Man with the symbiote story. And Venom being that symbiote.
Yeah, they can run that easily now.
And Tom Holland will give in to that power and we will see that arc go through.
Oh, kind of like Spider-Man 3.
And then there will be a natural reason for Venom to have a grudge, an actual grudge against Tom Holland once Tom Holland's like, I can't do this, it's making me evil.
So you think it's going to play out the same way as Spider-Man 3, pretty much?
Sorta. There will be variations, various different things, I think, that will make it feel very much different from Spider-Man 3. And I think even if they don't go that route, they'll have some sort of say that route doesn't happen. I think the other possible route of Venom being a villain is how Eddie Brock and Venom do their hero thing by killing, eating the heads of criminals. Yeah. And Spider-Man wouldn't want that happening in his New York City. You know what? He wouldn't allow that. Yeah. So naturally, if it doesn't go that direction, it would go this direction of Spider-Man being like, Venom, you cannot be eating people's heads, and Venom wants to eat people. Venom needs to eat people. It is a symbiote, and there will be a natural conflict of interest. Yeah. So that's what I think is going to happen
between Tom Holland and Tom Hardy.
I can see it happening,
and them team up against some other villain.
I can see that happening after like their little conflict.
Yeah, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I'm probably gonna go see it again.
Oh, I love this film. I'm seeing this again. Yeah.
But hey, with saying that y'all first time following our channel, let me just go through the ending just really quick. The ending of this film was pretty much there's a huge fight at the end of the film, and let's be honest with y'all, Carnage, Eddie Brock, they end up dying. But that's
not Eddie Brock, Cletus.
Yeah, it's him dying. It's funny because at the end of the film, Venom's like, F this guy, and he just bites his head
that
off.
was a good moment. Where it's just like, it's like, I just wanted your friendship, and then Venom's just like, this guy.
But yeah, with saying that, man, tell us your guys' thoughts in the down below. Did you guys enjoy it as much as we did? Did you guys not like it? Well, no, you got thoughts down below. Y'all first time following our channel, subscribe button, all that video. Tell me your thoughts, complain, criticism, whatever. I'm just kidding. We'll see you guys next one. Peace.
Peace.